Diary. We're back in the cave and it's August 2020. I'm delighted to say that my green bicycle is back on the road and almost working perfectly. So the story is that the rear wheel here suffered a collision when someone drove into the back of me and has had to go to the repairers. But unfortunately, thanks to COVID, the repairers have not been available. So it's been, well, over 2 months, but the wheel has come back much truer than it went in as. So that's all good. Now, I did notice on a test cycle yesterday that the brake was not very well adjusted. In other words, I'd opened this dimension up here. Because this wheel was warped, I'd opened these brakes up so that it didn't touch while I was cycling prior to getting them repaired. Now it's all fixed. I'd forgotten to tighten it up again. Now, these are TRP brakes. They're almost 10 years old. And whilst they do, in theory, have a mechanism here where you can adjust the tightness of this wire, in practice, never touch this mechanism because it just doesn't work. You need this to be hard against here for the brake to work effectively. So I'm afraid it's going to be manual adjustment time. In other words, I need to change the default position of this caliper. So I do that literally by holding the caliper in. You can see it flex, hold it in. I'm opening this up a bit, and then I just need to pull it a fraction down, give it a bit of a tighten, see if that works. Not too much tightening because I can always tighten up later. And just check the braking. The other point to note is that this should be fixed hard against the frame. So when you pull here, both sides, there's a side pull brake, both sides of this brake are moving at the same time. Now, depending where you've put this, you'll see this wheel move. What you want to do is to not have this wheel move this way. These levers should be touching both sides of the brakes at identical times. See that? So can you see it's fractionally moving the wheel that way. So we need to just fractionally move the brake this way. Now it's going that way. It's too much. It was literally a fraction. Let's try that. That's again fractionally that way. You can see it's a very difficult process to get right. You can undo this nut and have it float and then try and do it up, but as you try to tighten it up, it tends to move. Okay, I think that's good enough. I think we're all good to go and the brake's now adjusted. Let's get cycling.